Hello, it's your Commodore. Ted Coles here with another Star Trek Discovery review. This one will be Season 2, Episode 11, Perpetual Infinity. Oh boy. If the last episode was a dumpster fire, this was a raging inferno of shit. I can't believe I'm talking about this episode. It's that bad. So I'm just gonna go as fast as I can through it because even just talking about it's making me sick. We start off with a flashback of young Michael Burnham with her parents.
I go supernova soon. 3 days feels like forever.
The universe has its own way of telling time, baby girl.
I'm almost late for dinner.
At the station that they were working at. We then see that it's being under attack by Klingons, and we see a very poor excuse of a Klingon bird of prey. Burnham wakes up in sickbay, wondering what's going on, and realizes that her mother is actually alive.
What? That was real?
Yes, Michael. It's your mother.
So we have all this bullshit, and they talk about the mitochondrial DNA.
Significant biological similarities between mothers and daughters, particularly the mitochondrial DNA.
Yes, mitochondrial DNA is from the females, but they weren't scanning mitochondrial DNA, they were scanning brain activity. We then skip to the Section 31 ship, where Leland seems to be recovering from his eye injury, and he's talking to a hologram of Michael Burnham.
Your control.
I am in holographic form, indistinguishable from any biological entity I might choose to.
But it's not Michael Burnham, it's Control. In the presence of Michael Burnham, then it turns into Captain Pike, and then changes into Saru, and then finally turns into Leland. Leland refuses to go along with them, and then Control seems to eject Leland with something that looks very similar to Borg nanoprobes. And that Leland is Leland the Borg. What? Oh, brother. Are they seriously going to do this? We get some very bad CGI work in the flashback scenes with Burnham's mother. And then they realize that Burnham's mother is essentially going to be snapped back to where she was. And even with the containment field, it's drawing more and more power. And so they basically say that they're playing tug-of-war with time and the universe and will most likely lose.
And her suit are tended to have far in the future. Our containment field is holding her in the present. The tighter we hold, the stronger time pulls back. In other words, we're playing tug-of-war with the universe. Eventually, we will lose.
Leland, being controlled by Control, is having a scene with Giorgio and Tyler. And he's saying that he wants information from the sphere, saying that it's not safe on Discovery and it'll be more safe on their ship.
And this seems like betrayal, but we are the ones who need to be holding that data. They've created a secure area within our data storage. The control module will never be able to access it. Get me that data, Tyler.
And for some reason, Tyler and Giorgio go along with it. So we hear about the sphere, that it was purposely put in Discovery's way. We hear this from Dr. Burnham, Michael Burnham's mother, and that she only wants to talk to the captain and not Burnham herself. Burnham has a fit that her mom doesn't want to talk to her or see her.
She's my mother.
I'm sorry, I'm just the messenger.
There are so many questions that need to be answered right now. Whatever her reasons are for not wanting to see me, I should be the one asking.
I understand your position, but I think we need to follow Dr. Burnham's lead here.
Really? And Captain Pike, they said, you're needed down here now. Instead of going down there, has a discussion with Burnham instead of just saying, I'm going, bye. We find out that Dr. Burnham is even more egotistical and stuck up than Burnham is. She also says time is a living thing. Like, what off. And she also brings up Captain Pike's future.
I'm Captain Christopher Pike, USS Enterprise, in temporary command of Discovery. But soon you'll return to your ship. I can say more about your future, but you won't like it.
And we all know what is going to happen to Captain Pike.
Captain Pike?
Dr. Burnham tells them that they need to delete that information from the sphere. So they go back up there. Saru's objecting to deleting it.
The Sphere Archive is tantamount to burning the Library of Alexandria or the Bibliotheca Corviniana. This knowledge is invaluable. Protecting it, safeguarding it, is an essential tenet of the Federation.
But overall, it comes to them wanting to delete it. But they can't because the data is now remorphing itself and creating firewalls to prevent it from being deleted. So essentially, the data is alive.
Intelligence surrendered in the sphere itself. When we first encountered the sphere, its data was determined to survive. And it still is.
The archive is building firewalls around itself using Xeno encryption taken from its own historical language database.
We then go to Spock in the spore room, looking at one of the visual records that Dr. Burnham left, and saying that the reason why she went to Spock is because between his human emotion and his Vulcan logic, as well as his dyslexia, that he could figure it out and that he can understand her. Bullshit. That's just complete and utter garbage. I can't believe they actually put that in the show. We see Leland still wanting the data and trying any way to get it. We have a Hamlet quote by Spock, which is not really out of the ordinary because Spock does like quoting stuff from Earth history. But also we had some Sir Isaac Newton and Einstein references in this episode, which were like, they were just trying to make it more science fiction by bringing up stuff that happened in the real world. We finally get to see Michael Burnham with Dr. Burnham, and that I can't even give an explanation about the scene. It just was horrible. It didn't feel like a mother-daughter. And we learned that both Burnhams are ridiculously stubborn and even problems that they have nothing to do with. They need to control it. So they are all back in the spore room trying to figure out what to do with the information because it can't be deleted. So they were talking about trying to send the suit to a faraway time where control can't get to the information. And they say, but what about Dr. Burnham? She'll get shot back there too. Bringing back from episode 1 and episode 2 of the season, they reference the dark matter, so they decide to make dark matter transporters.
Be able to modify a transporter enhancer with dark matter.
Yes, to pierce the time stream long enough to lock Dr. Burnham in the incorrect war space-time.
And that will help block Dr. Burnham into their time and not be flung back into the future. I love how they say it has unlimited amounts of quantum power. Oh, man. And then we get one of the most cringe-worthy lines that I think I've ever heard Spock say.
I like science.
Oh, God. We see Leland turn into Leland the Borg. Giorgio learns that he is under the power of control.
As long as the AI exists, it considers me an unacceptable risk to the larger mission.
It poses an unacceptable risk to the larger mission.
We've got some more flashbacks of Burnham's life, and that Dr. Burnham says she saw them all.
And I have been there through all those moments and so many more. Seeing you gave me strength.
But yet we don't see her, and how did no one notice a big flash of red light during any of those times? Giorgio finally tries to stop the transfer to Leland, and Tyler goes in to see what's happening, gets his ass handed to him by Leland the Borg. we see Leland absorb phaser fire, but gets his ass kicked by Giorgio. And then it ends with what the hell ever Spock is talking about, that the past doesn't exist, the future hasn't been written, and we have the present.
What happened before no longer exists. What will happen next has not yet been written. We have only now. That is our greatest advantage.
Oh, and then they sit down and play chess. End of the episode. Oh, I just wanted to get rid of that episode. I didn't even want to review it. It was that bad. But thankfully it's over. And I can't believe that in a few reviews ago I said it was actually getting better. It's taking a nosedive into the abyss of crapness. So that's your review. I'm your Commodore, Ty Coles. Live long and prosper. Hailing frequencies closed. Thank you for watching the video from Commodore Ty. If you'd like to see more, please hit the like button, share, subscribe to the channel, and why not, when you're here, check out one of my other mini videos I've done. Live long and prosper. Hailing frequencies closed.